Hey everyone, it's Todd. I recently had one of the members ask me to look at a couple of results from one of the supplier files that they had run, and they had some questions. And the questions that they had were interesting because it related to a simple mistake that a lot of beginners can make regarding something called an ASIN mismatch. An ASIN mismatch is simply when the supplier is offering to sell you something that is different than the Amazon listing, even though they match up through UPC codes. This is caused by Amazon sellers making incorrect product pages over the history of that product. So maybe they created a bundle, changed the quantity, changed the product altogether, and they update the page instead of making a new product page. So there's a lot of garbage out there on the Amazon catalog, and it's our job to make sure that what we buy from the supplier is what is exactly being sold on that Amazon product page that we're analyzing for profit. Otherwise, it's going to end up being a case of you receiving exactly what you bought, but not what you thought. So originally I had made this video just for this one specific member, but as I was going through, I'm thinking, I think everybody could benefit from the training. I don't mention his name and the products we're talking about. I don't think there's nothing proprietary about these products. It's just the process, right? And I also show in this video a different method. I actually call it the extraction method. It's because, well, I don't know if I should go into this yet. Eventually, we're gonna formally teach this method, but I kind of hint at it a little bit and show you kind of a long method of doing it. And so that'll be enough of a teaser for now. So anyway, enjoy the lesson. I hope you learned something, and better yet, I hope it prevents you from making a mistake. All right, here we go. All right, I'm taking a look at what you sent me, and let me show you one step that you kind of missed here. So in looking at the spreadsheet you sent, what I did was I basically I pulled the file from Wholesale Buying Club, a wholesale house, ran it through Wholesale Inspector, went over to my filter, and I typed in the identifier that you gave me. This was the one that is selling for $417 and had a cost of, for the 2-pack, like $22, all right? So that's how I was able to find it quickly in the filter. Now, when I did that, the UPC code came up twice, which is interesting. Supplier files are not 1,000% accurate, so you have to be careful. All right. So the real question comes down to which product is it really? Is it this media cartridge set, the one selling for $439, or is it this, whatever this is? Looks like some sort of, I don't know. We'll find out. Where's the picture? Image. Looks like some sort of lock actuator. All right. So what's missing in the file that you sent me is the supplier title. So the question is, well, how do we, and this would be from the supplier file. So how do we see that? And why is it missing? Well, I think if you come over here to columns and click on columns, you'll see supplier title and SKU aren't checked. So let's check them, and whoa, here they come. All right. So now what we now know is from the supplier file for this identifier, it's a Nippon 4-door lock actuator kit. That's definitive. That's what the supplier is saying. He's saying, if you order this SKU, this identifier, this is what we're going to send you, right? And then all of a sudden now the picture makes more sense. Okay, that's a lock actuator kit, a 4-door, which is why there's 4 of them. It is not this filter, okay? Because if you look at the supplier title, it doesn't say filter, it doesn't say pool. Now, how does this happen? This tends to be what we call an ASIN mismatch, right? This occurs at Amazon. So the real question is this still profitable? I mean, since we have an up here and we're looking at it, we know the cost for the 4 is $11.61. Let's just keep scrolling over here. 3 cents. Okay. So, and it's not popular either. All right. So, interestingly enough, and this is not what we teach. This is what I teach some advanced people though, is let's say you did stumble across this and you're like, well, it's a $439. What's the Bible? Yeah, $439. I guess the question might be is, well, gosh, can I buy these somewhere, right? We know it's the Stay Right brand. And so sometimes what I'll do, and again, I don't want this to be a rabbit hole for you. I just show you what I do sometimes. I'll go right onto Google and look for Stay Right Wholesale. And we'll just see if we can find a wholesaler for them. And that's a true wholesale, right? Wholesale septic supply, all right? Maybe if these guys are truly a wholesaler, right? And they sell that filter, we could find out if we can get a good price from them and then open an account and buy it. I don't think these guys are though, because I don't see any indication that they're a wholesaler. Okay. And again, I don't want to send you down a rabbit hole. These pool filters, I've had a lot of luck with them in the past. This one says wholesale. Let's take a quick peek. They do tend to be high margin items, but you have to find a good source. And when you find a crappy website like this, tends to be a good wholesale source. But let's see if there's any other indications. Hard to tell just by looking at this site. But what was that product again? That was the S7 M120. Okay, here they are. So S7 M120, 16.5, 18.5. And that's an S7 M120. So one's bigger than the other. We have two different models. The question is, which one's being sold here? Let's go to Amazon real quick. All right, this one is the 100 square foot. 100 square foot. And while we're on here, this one actually, all right, 100 monthly sales. 100 monthly sales. All right, so what's interesting is there's no buy box here. You'll see it's a suppressed buy box. Maybe these guys are charging too much. It's hard to say. And none of them are FBA. That could also be why. All right. So, okay, so we're at 4, these are selling for what was it? $449. All right, $449 with free shipping. Call it $450. And what's the cost on the 100 square foot one? $160. All right. So this could be a good find. But you see, what we had to do isn't exactly what we teach. I kind of took you into the realm of what I call extraction. Okay. And again, I don't want to rabbit hole you too hard, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with going and finding supply for something you think might be a good deal. Now, we really didn't know from this data because we got a bad cost, right? But again, I've had so much experience with pool filters. I just know they tend to be super high margin. So they're saying the cost here is $160.21. How many are being offered here, though? It says cartridge set. One small 100 square foot, one small inner filter. So again, it's hard to know. It looks like it's just the one cartridge, right? This looks a lot like my pool filter, by the way, my Las Vegas house. And we can also confirm 26 drops a month. This thing's selling really well. Okay. We just want to make sure that it's the right thing. I'm pretty sure because that shows 2, but I think they're only getting the 3 pool filter inner and outer modular media cartridge set. 3. It's a system 3. So again, it's a little confusing. System 3. Cartridge, small inner. Just really hard to tell. Let's click on more details. You certainly don't want to make a mistake here. This is the picture. Can't be found. Again, crappy websites for suppliers don't bother me at all. I think you can email them. You can probably call them somehow. There's a phone number. And just flat out say, I'm looking at this Stay Right S7M120 System 3 pool filter inner and outer modular media cartridge set on Amazon. They're selling for like $450. Is that the same thing that I get for this 4683-03 for only $160? And if they say, yeah, $160.21, then and it's selling for $450. You can come over here. Let's see, it's selling for $450, and we said it was what, $160. It's kind of heavy. 2 pounds isn't too bad. So even if you throw $1 in there, you'll see the it's crazy. What happens if it's actually 2? See, now you got me rabbit holing, and that's okay. I'm having fun. Don't worry. That's still profitable. So I would definitely make the call. Call these guys right here, and just ask them that question and see if they can't. Maybe you got to send them this link here. Make sure it's the exact same thing. But worst case, if you got to buy, I don't know, this big one and this little one, I don't see anything else pictured here. Maybe we can tell by some comments. Let's do that. Let's come down here. Oh, here it comes. The set comes with both the 100 square foot and the 2. Okay, so it's both. It's the 100 and the 200. All right, now we know. All right, that's why they had the picture. All right, so the cost here, this is going to, now our margin is starting to go down, but we've come this far. Let's just look at this, okay? So it's both. It's 160.21 plus 289.31. Oh yeah, 449.52. That's what the thing's selling for, right? 449. 449. Okay, so this is not wholesale then, by any stretch of the imagination. About the only other thing you could do is call them and say, hey, look, I'm looking for a wholesale dealer for these 2 filters, and when I look at these costs, that's retail in my mind. That's what they're selling for online. And just ask them, because maybe you have to have an account or something to find out. Here's manufacturer contacts. All right, so this was the what brand did we say that was? Now I'm all confused. Oh, Stay Right. Okay, so maybe they actually have a contact here for Stay Right. Let's see. Yeah, right here. So you could literally call Stay Right and say, I'm looking for a wholesale distribution source for light bulk purchases. I might want, 50 or 100 of each filter. And so I need a wholesale distributor. I doubt they're going to send you to these guys, all right? Because these prices that we just saw there's no way they're wholesale. So you could do that. And so that takes a little longer. It's a little more work, but guess what? Oh my goodness. There's nobody selling these FBA, and there's no reason I can tell. Even if it's overstock, we did the calculator, right? It would take into effect any overstock. Let's see, pick and pack, fulfillment. Everything looks fine here. So as long as you can get a decent price, this cost, again, this was the wrong cost. As long as you can get a decent cost, you can do good with stuff like this. All right. So I know that was a big rabbit hole to point out simple. Your question was quite simple, is this too good to be true? And the answer is, of course it is. All right. So let me look at what your other question was. Bear with me for the ramble. All right. Was on, let's go to filters again. Let's go down to the UPC identifier. This next one was 661120130888. All right, same thing. Brought up 2. Okay. But these look to be the same thing from what I can tell. So what was your question? I guess you just want to know if this is a good product, right? All right, let's take a peek. Question is I don't know why it's in here twice, but we have two different buy box prices. Oh, maybe they're not the same. Hold on. Oh, they're not. Well, that's the Amazon title. Okay, what about the supplier title? They're calling it a leveling tool. So which one of these is the leveling tool? Well, they both are, but this one here comes with something else. They're two different products. All right, let's look at the first one, which I think is the wrong one. Might have been probably the one you're looking at. You're selling for $52. Well, this one's actually selling for $39.80. So this one, you're getting a leveling tool, which is probably this, and a rest, okay? Whereas on the other one, you're just getting, I believe, the leveling tool. Nope, the titles are the same. Okay, this is the one you were looking at. This one comes with a torque wrench, okay? So the scope mounting tool and Caldwell steady rest. What's the difference here? I was assuming this was the rest. Maybe this is the tool and this is the rest. This could be God knows what. What is this? Includes both the Wheeler, level, and Caldwell steady rest NXT. Okay, here's the steady rest and tool. And this is, oh no, this is the scope mounting level tool. And this has to be the rest, okay? This bundle contains 2 items. That's interesting. I can't remember ever seeing this before like this. Somebody is selling a bundle. That's why it's not going to be FBA. It's got to be FBM. Oh, this is through Amazon. Oh, okay. Yeah, Amazon will do that. Amazon is letting you know these may not come together. See, may ship separately. Okay, so this is but it is a bundle. All right, so that's why $39.80. Let's go back to the other one. It's just the leveling tool. All right, $17.81 is going to be the price for this cost. So there's no way that's profitable. I don't even need to run the thing. You're just getting the leveling tool from the supplier, right? So I think that's where the confusion came in, because you had Wheeler engineering scope mounting leveling tool firearms accurizing torque wrench. You had it with the torque wrench, okay? This one that was selling for $52.79. So those are the things you have to look out for, right? ASIN mismatch. Supplier title is what you're going to get, right? The Amazon title is what the customer's expecting. So if you were to have bought these based on the Amazon title, what's going to happen is you're going to get exactly what you ordered, just the leveling tool, but not what you wanted. See, not what you wanted. That's what you have to watch out for. So when you find something good, make sure that what the supplier is offering is in fact what the customer is going to expect and what you're expecting. Okay? I hope that helps. Keep going. You're doing great. Take care.